Hi everybody. In this video we're going to be using Excel in order to find the mid-range of a data set. At the same time, we're also going to be learning how to find the minimum and the maximum. We're going to be using Excel functions to find the minimum and the maximum values of a data set. So the data set that we're using in this example are total sales for 12 months out of a year. The formula for the mid-range is the minimum value plus the maximum value divided by 2. So first, let's find the minimum value and the maximum value and place those two values into these two cells here. So I'm going to click into the cell that I want the minimum to go into, and I'm going to type equals, and then the name of the Excel function that calculates the minimum. Well, that's just min, M-I-N. So I'm going to type in M-I-N, and then double click on min, and now it wants me to enter a range of data values. So I'm going to select these values in this column. So I clicked on 7580 at the top. I held my clicker down and dragged it to the bottom here to 2373. And now I'm just going to press enter. So it calculates the minimum value as 1246. So if I looked at all these values, I would notice that the minimum number is 1246. So now let's calculate the maximum. So I'm going to click into the cell that I want my maximum value to appear. I'm going to type equals and then M-A-X, double click, and then again I want to select the range of values to find the maximum for. So I'm going to select the cell, I'm going to hold and drag all the way down to the bottom, and then I'm going to press enter. So now I have the minimum value and the maximum value for this data set right here. Now let's calculate the mid-range for these values. So there's a couple of ways that we can do that. I can use my sum function, my Excel sum function, to sum or add up the minimum and the maximum and then divide that by 2. Another way I can calculate the mid-range is by simply taking the average of the minimum and the maximum. That's the same thing as adding up the min and the max and dividing by 2. Let's do it both ways. So let's start off by using the sum function to add my min and my max and then divide by 2. So I'm going to click into the cell here that I want my mid-range to appear. I'm going to type equals and then the sum function, S-U-M, and now I'm going to enter the values that I want to sum up. So I'm going to click on my minimum value, I'm going to type a comma, I'm going to click on the maximum value, and then I'm just going to type in a closing parentheses because now I want to divide that by 2. So I'm going to hit my division key, that's my /, and then 2. And now I'm going to press enter. And that would be the min plus the max divided by 2, which is the formula for the mid-range. Well, let's clear this out and do it the other way. So I'm going to click into the cell, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click on clear contents. So the other way to do it is to simply find the average of the min and the max. So I'm going to click into the cell, I'm going to type equals, then start typing average, double click on average. Now I want to input my parameters. I want to click on the values that I want to take the average for. So I'm going to click on the first value, comma, and then click on the other value. And then I'm just going to press enter. So again, it calculates the mid-range. Alright, so that concludes our video on how to use Microsoft Excel to find the mid-range.